What is up, YouTube? Velstra back with some more Summer's War. Finally recovered from that beating Hectic gave us, so we bring you episode 3 of the PvE Spotlight. Now, this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. This is how I should have probably done episodes 1 and 2, where I'm going to give you a quick overview of the dungeon, why you farm it, the boss abilities, pros and cons, useful buffs and debuffs. Then I go into the information about my team, improvements that we can make on the team, and other potential options and monsters that I've seen used in the dungeon. So let's get right into it. Why do we farm Necro? It's the only place we can get Destroy, Nemesis, Rage, Vampire, and Will runes. It is the only place we can get them. Now, in terms of the boss's abilities, his first skill is called Exploit Soul, and it just attacks everybody. He recovers for 50% of the damage done, and the damage increases permanently every time it is used. Imprison Soul is his second ability. It takes the unit that did the most damage while the shield is down. This unit's cooldowns are reset. He gets 100% attack bar, making it their turn, and they come back with 50% HP once you kill them. This skill is not affected by immunity or invincibility, so you can't say bring a Chloe and maybe try to block the imprisoned soul. Now, third is a passive. It's called Time of the Dead. It basically caps the speed of every monster at the boss stage to 130, and it blocks all forms of attack bar manipulation. The fourth one is Soul Barrier, another passive. This is what provides him with that 7-hit shield. His max HP is decreased by 30% of the damage you do while the shield is down. The shield is not depleted by a continuous damage, so it's not, you can just use like a roach and stack the dots, and then when the dots go off, no no continuous damage will break the shield. Now, Fallen Immortal. This is his fifth ability, which is also a passive. Upon death, it revives the boss with 50% HP, but it blocks him from being able to receive beneficial effects, and it also makes him immune to silence and skills that increase cooltime. So no Zyros, no Okeanos, unfortunately. Now, what are the pros and cons of Necropolis? Well, it's great for farming mana because you get a lot of mana from killing the boss, and the runes that you get, if you sell them, they sell for upwards of 15k for 5 and 6-star runes. It is the only place to get Nemesis and Will runes, which are great for PvP content, whether it be Arena or Guild Wars. Now, in terms of cons, you can't use attack bar boosters to get turn advantage, so no Verda Hills, no Bernards, and for most comps, it is very turn order reliant. For buffs and debuffs that are useful, I think the two most powerful buffs in this are attack speed buff, because it does get your monsters above the 130 cap, and attack power, because it makes the runs faster. Now, another buff that's good is crit rate, and in terms of debuffs, I think attack speed slow, heal block, and attack power break are the best three, alongside defense break, because defense break makes the run go faster. Now, attack speed slow gives you more turns in between the shields. Heal block prevents him from healing once he uses exploit soul. Attack power break causes exploit soul to do less damage. Now, other debuffs you might want to try and bring are branding, which increases your damage by 25%, and glancing hit, which reduces the damage done. Now let's go into my team. The team I use for Necro is Shihwa, Panda. Whoops, no lies. I don't use the panda here. Shihwa, Adrian, Colleen, Hua, and Bella. That is the team I use. Shihwa is on Violent Revenge. No disclaimer. The team works, but their runes need a lot of improvement. Violent Revenge, attack, crit damage, attack, and these are the others. Now, Shihwa is there because her first skill, multi hit, 3 times, second skill 5 times, and gives branding to the enemy. Now, before her buff, Shihwa was not used in Necro because of this skill here. She would waste a turn trying to put the boss to sleep, but about 5 6 patches ago they've changed it so she once it is a boss monster, i.e. immune to sleep, she will never ever use enchant. So that puts Shihwa up at the top for Necro. She also has a great leader skill, 40% attack power for fire monsters. And my team is 4 fire monsters, soon to be 5 fire monsters. Adrian, whoops. Adrian, possibly one of my favorite monsters because he and I share the same name, but that's another story. He is also on Violent Revenge, speed, crit damage attack, I believe, or speed, yeah, speed, crit damage attack. No, Adrian's first skill hits 2 times and can be 3 times depending on if your crit rate is high enough, and it disturbs HP recovery for 1/3, i.e. heal block. So he has heal block on his first skill. Second skill is attacks 4 random targets, but because there's only one monster at the boss, all 4 will go into him, and it drops continuous damage for 1 turn. His third skill, the reason I have him on my team, is attack speed buff and crit rate buff. So now the crit rate buff means that I don't have to go all out on crit rate. I can gimp crit rate down to 70% and go for other stats, whether it be speed or attack. Now Hua needs the most improvement because I want to move Hua off of this build onto another build, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. She's violent focus right now, attack, crit rate, attack, and those are sets. Now, first skill applies attack speed debuff, giving us more turns in between the shields. Second skill is continuous damage. Now, this is why Hua is used for Necro B10 because of her passive. It decreases attack bar. That part don't matter. No attack bar manipulation. It's the second part, and strikes again with a 20% chance. So you get, when it procs, you get two chances to apply your attack speed debuff. Now, last but not least, Bella. You seen Bella in the Giants video, in the Dragons video. Needs improvement, but we show the rules anyways. Speed, HP. Bella is only here for the heal and the armor break because my Colleen is not yet able to solo heal. Now, Bella's heal, the last part or the first part, does not apply for Necro because it blocks all attack bar manipulation. Ideally, I would like this spot to be a Lisa or another unit that has good multi hit, but I don't have the luxury of many units, so I have to do what I have now. My turn order is currently Bella first, Colleen, Shihwa, Adrian, and then Hua. The runtime for this team, it varies between 216 and 430. Fastest time being 216. It averages out at around 3 minutes. And the time that I get is based on 3 things: violent procs, revenge procs, and landing debuff. So whether how long Hua takes to land the attack speed slow, how long Adrian and Colleen take to land heal block. From 253 runs, my spreadsheet says that this team has a 99% success rate. So I'm not going to switch from this team until I can maybe put it at 100, which is impossible because there are going to be times when RNG says no. But moving on, improvements that can be made with this team. Better runes, go back into giants, go back into dragons and farm better violent and revenge runes, maybe even a swift set for Hua. But that's what we need to get better runes. Now, in terms of turn order, the ideal turn order that I would like is Colleen first, then Adrian, then Shihwa, then Bella, then Hua. Why this order? Colleen goes first, buffs attack. Adrian goes, buffs crit rate. Shihwa goes, hits him with her third skill. Bella goes, armor breaks. Because I'm counting on somewhere in there, Adrian, Colleen, or Shihwa that there's a violent proc in there somewhere. So the shield will be broken by the time it's Bella's turn. Bella goes, armor breaks. Hua goes, does the damages. Now, in terms of individual monsters, Shihwa, I need to improve her attack. I need to improve her crit rate. I need to improve her damage. And I need to improve her speed. For Colleen, I need to improve her speed, her HP. And Adrian also needs speed, attack, crit rate, and crit damage improvements. Bella, I need to switch Bella to Violent Revenge. Increase speed and HP for Bella. Hua, I need to take off focus, put revenge. I need to switch out her 4-slot rune for crit damage, but also maintain the 70% crit rate. She needs more attack speed, more crit damage, but her attack speed needs to ensure that she still goes last. Now, monsters that I've seen use or potential options for me are all the Panda Warriors, because almost all of them have a lot of multi-hit, because their first skill is multi-hit, and the ones that don't have Calm Mind have multi-hit, and their Calm Mind gives you a revenge. So the boss does exploit Soul, Panda Revenges. That's 3 spots, 3 shots off the shield already. Any of the Rakshasas are also good because they have attack speed slow on their first skill. For me personally, I think the best two are Yen and Hua. Hua because of her passive, Yen because of her passive. But any of the Rakshasas are pretty useful. All of the cowgirls are useful if you want to spend your guild points or if you are around for the event that the allowed us to get the dark cowgirl. All the jack o' lanterns are good. All the kung fu girls are good. The dark, the wind, the water lich are pretty useful. I think the fire, water, wind pirates are good. Dark fire, water, bounty hunter is pretty good. The fire cobalt bomber is pretty good. Rogue, Lisa, Lanet, Seren, the Dark Harpoon, I've seen her being used. Kumae, the Dark Yeti, I've seen him being used. Theomars, I've seen him. Driller, I've seen him. Barian uses Huahi in his team, so she must be usable. I've seen some people use Gildong, the Water Taoist. Now, I'm not so sure about his viability, but I've seen teams with him in there, so I mean, if you have him, test him out. And if you're lucky enough to pull a light Anubis, he is also pretty good. I've seen 2 teams with him in there, and it works. So try those out. Now, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. Love reading you guys' comments. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. All 3 links will be in the description below. As always, guys, it's your boy Velstra, and I'm out. Peace.